So is there anything specific you want to talk about? Anything?
I went to expired. I got all the expired, the packet and everything. I think I figured it out. I went through the book and kind of seen the sequence I should be using to send it out. So I'm definitely working on that. I have sent some out, but it hasn't been consistent as it should be. But I'm excited and looking for some results from it.
Good. This is a good time to do it because you're going to see as we get closer to the end of the year, the number of expireds will start ramping up. There'll be a lot more expireds towards the end of the year. And last week of December, first week of January, usually in most markets, tons of opportunities. So as you're preparing, make sure you have the packages ready, make sure you practice the dialogue so you're comfortable, confident talking to these folks, make sure you know how to pull them and hit them quickly, because it's usually the first agents with the best presentation, the best connection at the beginning who get the listing at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a good timing for you. You're doing it right. Smart. So Taneesha, let me ask you this. Let's say you get the hang of it, the system kicks in. Where do you want to be a year from now? What kind of results are you looking for?
Oh my God, Borino, I am looking for, I'm trying to put in words. I'm looking for definitely an increase in income.
Okay. How many deals would you like to close in 2018 in order for you to look back and go, shit, that's a good year. I like this.
At least 17.
17. 1-7?
1-7.
All right. 17. And approximately how much money would they get you?
That on average, we're probably looking at maybe $3,500
per transaction.
Per transaction.
Okay. So that's 35. Hold on. I got a calculator. Watch my amazing math skills. Watch this. Times 17. So you're looking at about $59,500, $60,000, give or take.
More than that, but that's just kind of how our market is. Average probably going to get you about 35.
35 per deal. So around 60 or more. That would be a good year. Would you be happy with that?
Yeah, I guess. I want more. Actually, I have this.
Oh, there you go. What's the amount on it? Bring it closer.
75,000.
How much?
75,000.
75. So let's change that. So how many deals would it take? 75.
Let's see.
75. Hold on. 75 divided 3,500. So you're looking at 21.4 deals. So 22 deals to get 75. Now, here is I don't necessarily want to knock the goal. As a newer agent, fine, I get it. You want to be realistic, but here's the general problem with anything less than 100,000.
Okay.
And I'll use the 100,000 as an example again, because my amazing PhD level math skills, I would get lost. All right. So if you take 100 grand, you take out, I don't know, 25% for taxes. Would you say somewhere around there?
Yeah.
All right. So that's minus 25 for taxes, another 25 for business expenses, right? About 2 grand a month on average, MLS fees, gas, all that.
Yeah.
So you're left with 50K. So that's about what, 4,000 a month? That's less than my mailman makes.
Right. Yeah, probably need to.
That's what I'm saying? And that's 100 grand. Then you think, oh, fuck, 100 grand. Ooh, look at me. I'm a rock star.
Right.
It's not a bad money. But if you take out everything you have to pay before you actually get that money, Uncle Sam's going to get that. Your business has to run. You're left with 4 G's a month. Now, 4 G's a month, nothing to sneeze at. I've made that per day. I'm kidding. But you get me?
Right.
So, yes, get it ramped up. Start building your business, but don't get too stuck on these little numbers because it's going to be hard anyway. It's going to be hard regardless. I can tell you from personal experience, I was homeless and it was hard. I was making little money and it was damn hard. I was making a lot of money and it was still hard. It's always going to be hard. There will always be stress and challenges and difficult clients and shit to deal with life. You know what I mean? So my theory is make more money so some of these challenges you can just pay off.
Right.
So you don't, at least the money part you don't have to worry about.
That's the goal.
All right. So what do you feel is the biggest obstacle that will prevent you from getting to your goal, to your 20 deals?
Myself.
Ooh, good one. What do you mean by that? Tell me a little more about that.
Getting my own.
That's absolutely right, by the way. I'm thrilled that we can skip all the bullshit stories people usually tell me
Yeah.
That would get to the core. So tell me a little more.
Time management is one.
Time management, okay.
Trying to stay in the office and finding little rinky-dink stuff to do. And
Distractions.
Distractions. Not being consistent.
Okay.
Those two are probably my main ones. Is
time management and lack of consistency. So you feel like if you can solve these two, there's a much better chance you're going to reach your goal.
One other thing, Borino. I am shy at first, so I think that may be it.
You're shy? You mean like personality-wise?
Yeah. Until I get to know you, and I'm just like, I'm all over the place. But just, kind of meeting somebody for the first time. And then the thing is, it's so weird because I can see someone out in public and just, strike a conversation.
Yes.
But, when I'm calling someone or knocking on the door, it's like I just lose everything. It just goes away.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. You're talking to a dude who was sitting in a car for almost half an hour before he got his ass out of the car. Trust me, I know a thing or two about these issues. So. All right, so time management, lack of consistency, and being shy, not being confident enough, not being connected enough to talk to strangers. If you can solve these three, do you feel like it would be a lot easier, you would get there faster? Yeah? Should we focus on those right now? Do you want to talk about those?
Sure.
Yeah? If I give you some points to address those, would there be time well spent?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Which one do you feel like is the biggest one? Biggest obstacle? If you were to visualize as a wall, which one is the tallest?
I would say my shyness.
Shyness, this one. Okay. So we'll start with that. I mean, we'll address all three, but I'll help you with that one. Yeah. You have the Expired Plus or you have the whole Success Plus package?
Expired Plus.
Sorry?
Expired Plus.
The Expired Plus. Okay, good. The reason I'm asking is I have a program for shy real estate people. Okay. Not necessarily that, but it is a program where I outline strategies and tools and tactics I used to get over my shyness, insecurities, and being timid and not being able to just approach strangers, prospect, and follow up and do all that stuff.
Right.
So the reason I'm asking that, I'm not going to refer to go to this page or do this exercise because you don't have it. You might consider getting it down the road. But here's what I can tell you. Most people are just like you. You're not broken.
Thank you.
You may think that sometimes, well, you do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You're not broken. It is built into our DNA. This has more to do with the self-preservation that's built into our neurobiology than anything else. Mm-hmm. So when people tell me, well, I just don't have the personality for it. Well, most people don't. I mean, occasionally you get somebody who's very natural at it, vivacious, and like they walk into the room and they're friends with everybody in 15 minutes. People like that.
Right, yes.
And it's either cocaine or personality, one of the two,
What? Right?
One of them. It's either, or if you combine that and forget about it, that's fireworks. But most of us, folks like you and I, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's the good news. You're not broken. It's like most people are like that. The bad news is if you don't solve it, it's going to cost you dearly, because in this business, if you're perceived as shy or timid or insecure, that equals to weakness. We link it to weakness. And that's a very undesirable trait when it comes to clients selecting their agent. You can go the other extreme, obviously, being too obnoxious, too aggressive, too salesy, which is just as bad. But you don't want to be on either side, okay? So this would be like super shy, and this would be like Mr. Salesman.
I don't like those types.
And I don't either, and most people don't either. Yeah. Either extreme is bad and costs you dollars and costs you clients. So you want to be right in the middle. And this is the spot where I refer to as a high status agent. You heard me talk about them. Yes. That's what it means, where you're right in the middle, where you're very confident, you're in control, but you're not an asshole. You're not arrogant, aggressive. You don't treat clients with disrespect. No. And you're also not the shy, like me, timid, oh, please, I hope you like me, do business with me. You're right in the middle. So a couple of things that will help you get there. Number one, understand that's just how it is. That's how most people feel. That's one. Two, you can become the high status agent because it is a sequence of little tools and strategies you use that can help you build to that point. That's what I did. Okay. At the beginning, I had an accent. Remember the movie Borat? Remember that? Jak se marzy, dobry den. It's good. That's what I sounded like. That was my accent. I sounded like a dork. It was horrible. People were like, what did you say? Heavy accent, didn't know shit about real estate, intimidated by the country, by the culture, by everything. It was a nutcase. It was really bad. So I had to work my way up. So how do you do that? One, do it in spite of how you feel.
Yeah.
In other words, the feeling of being shy and intimidated does not impact the actions you take. Those are two separate things. In other words, you may feel like this is a little uncomfortable and I'm not really sure what to say and maybe they will judge me and I'm not 100% high status and whatever stories you have in your head, separate the stories from the actions you take.
Like you're reading my mind, Borino, good Lord.
Well, I've been doing this for 20 years. You know, I've done it once or twice before. No, but I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can totally relate. So that's what I did. I would separate the stories from what I had to do. Because I would not let how I felt control how much money I was making. Because my shyness and being intimidated and being nervous would control the income. It has direct correlation. There's a direct relationship between the two. You know what I mean? And if I let that get in the way, my bank account would suffer, and I didn't want that to happen. So my first order of business was like, all right, here's how I feel, but shit's still got to get done. I got to get the job done. So you separate those two.
Okay.
The second thing I'm going to give you, start rewriting the mind movies you play in the head. Because where do these emotions come from? I feel shy. I feel insecure. I feel nervous. Where does it come from?
I don't know. Because I wasn't like this before. I don't know if, it's maybe, I don't know. I have no idea.
I'll give you a simple answer from your thoughts.
Yeah, I guess. You're right.
The thoughts you continuously think, these loops you think, create emotions.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you start, and they come from all kinds of things. No one needs to analyze whether you were hugged enough as a child and all that, but whatever. I mean, at this point, you can't change that anyway. The way to change how you feel is start rewriting these thoughts. Like one of the ones I had was, people hate when I call them, especially with expireds. I'm not the first one to call. They get pissed and they hang up on me and all this shit. Start rewriting that. I would literally sit down and just play in my head a movie of an older couple. I call them Harry and Martha. No joke. And I would be like, they're sitting in their kitchen. They're all pissed off that the house didn't sell, but they're kind of disappointed. They want to move. They're looking for a good agent. They're kind of stuck. They don't know where to start looking for the right person who can help them.
Right.
And now I visualized how I'm going to call them. We're going to have a pleasant conversation, talk for a few minutes, ask them some questions. They would be very responsive, very cool. Then I would visit them. I would spend 15 minutes at their house. They would show me around. We would sit in the kitchen table. I would bring out a notepad. I would answer some questions, write some notes. They would ask me questions. We'd have a nice conversation. Then I would visualize the listing appointment. Went really well, very pleasant. They were very excited that finally somebody's competent who's going to take care of them. I see how they signed the listing contract and were shaking. Then I saw myself putting a sold sign on it. Then I saw myself giving them a check. They're hugging me. They're all happy. What do you think happens if you start playing this movie over and over and over?
You do it more.
You do it more. Number one, what's the second thing that's going to happen?
Confidence.
You're going to feel more confident. Your emotions change. And there's a third thing that's going to change.
My money.
Your outcome. The results you're going to get. Those are the three things that will change. Because the initial thought of feeling insecure is just a repetition of certain thoughts. So how do you replace it? Same process, just different thoughts. Are you following me?
Yes, absolutely.
So here's your homework. Write down the outline, how you want it to go.
Okay.
Few bullet points. And then before every session, you prospect, you call, you follow up, whatever interaction you do, just remind yourself that there are people out there who need your help, who need a nice, pleasant agent, who are not looking for an arrogant, aggressive salesperson, who are looking for somebody just like you. And they'll be happy to meet you, happy to talk to you, happy to hire you, and happy to pay you. Have you ever sold a house before?
Yes.
Have you closed it?
Yes.
Did the seller get paid?
Yes.
Were they happy?
Yes.
Rinse, repeat. If you can do it once,
And the thing is,
100 times.
when I sell my clients a house,
Yeah.
like, it's always good for them. Like I just closed one, I think 2 weeks ago. She walked with $62,000,
There you
and it
go.
was I had the buyer. She was a for sale by owner. I brought a buyer. It fell through, and she was going to sell for 22,000 less than what I listed it for. I turned around and listed it for and sold it for.
Wow. So see, you're highly competent. You protect your client's best interest. You put a lot of cash in their pocket because you know what you're doing. You're an expert. You got to give yourself way more credit than that woman. No joke. You know? So write the mind movie how you want it to go. Will it change overnight? No, of course not. Just like you got to that point by continuous repetition. Imagine like going to the gym. You're not going to bench press 300 pounds your first time there. You're not going to lose 20 pounds your first time there. But with repetition, you can get to that point.
Yeah.
Start playing a mind movie. The next thing I'm going to give you is start practicing. Before you actually get on the phone, this is one of the things that helped me more than anything. And you would think, well, something's as simple as that? Absolutely. I would have my body toning, another Remax agent, cup of coffee in the morning, and would role play for 30 minutes in the morning. 20, 30 minutes, just like ping pong.
Okay.
No chit-chatting, no bullshit, no analysis, just role play. We would role play, setting up appointments, prospecting, following up, handling objections, all that, every day. It was just part of my day, just like, brushing my teeth. Role play daily. If you can find a partner, it's better. It's better if you can have somebody, whether it's on the phone, on Skype, or in person. How you're going to do it, don't worry about the mechanics. Just find somebody, and trust me, there are plenty of agents like you who are committed, who are dedicated, who want to get better.
Okay.
This is one of those things. Like when I do the boot camp, we're in the middle of a boot camp right now. That's one of the things that I push people really hard to do that. Even after 5, 6 sessions, they come to me and say, holy fuck, that made all the difference. They don't believe me. So many people don't believe it. But ask yourself this. Top athletes, top performers, musicians, rock stars, how do they get there? A bit of talent and a boatload of practice.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So make it a habit. Do it daily. Put it on your calendar. Just get into the routine of doing it daily. Okay?
Yes.
The third thing I'm going to give you that will help you with overcoming this is there is a book by Jen Sincero.
Jen
Sincero. And the title of the book is, I think I actually have it here, You're a Badass. Let's see, I think I have it here, or I have it on Kindle, not sure. Yeah, I have it on Kindle.
Okay.
You're a Badass. Great book. That will help you with all these mental stories and roadblocks and shit that we put in our way to get to where we want to be.
Okay.
Okay? So that's that. Was that helpful?
That was very helpful.
Okay, good. So let's talk about the lack of consistency. Yeah. Here is how you overcome that. Number one, you start scheduling your days completely. Okay. From the moment you get up to the moment you go to sleep, everything goes on your calendar.
Okay.
That will accomplish 3 things. Number one, it will remove that sense of overwhelm. You feel that, right? Like you wake up in the morning, you go to the office, and like, shit, so much to do.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're fucking around Facebook, you're answering some emails, you're checking this, doing that, and then it's 12 o'clock. Where did the day go?
True.
Right?
True. Yeah.
Okay. So to overcome that, what calendar do you use now, Taneesha? What are you on? Do you use like Google, or what do you use?
Right now, I use the calendar in my email. I use or whatever.
Good enough. Good enough.
Yeah.
It's like Outlook calendar, something like that?
It is.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. That's good enough.
Okay.
Every day, you're going to plan your day, time block your day. So whatever time you start, let's say at 6 a.m., you're going to time block. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to have breakfast. I'm going to take care of my family. 8 o'clock, I'm in the office role playing. Then I'm calling expires. Then I'm visiting for sell by owners. You're going to have all these time blocks till whatever, 7 o'clock or whatever time you work.
Okay.
So the entire day is planned out.
Okay.
You have to be very diligent, number one, planning it. Your day doesn't end until tomorrow is planned. And it's going to take 10 minutes at the most. Okay. But it also mentally prepares you for being productive, being focused, being organized. This will remove the lack of consistency because it's going to force you to focus at one thing at a time. And that's it.
Right.
Where you just don't allow distractions. You're in the mode. Now I'm prospecting. Now I'm following up. Now I'm looking for properties. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing that. Okay? So time block it. Focus, set a goal every day. 3 MPTs. That's going to go on your schedule. 3 MPTs every day. MPT stands for most profitable or most productive thing.
Okay.
That means here we are on Friday. Are you working tomorrow?
I am.
Okay. When you close the shop, before you close the shop tonight, you're going to open your calendar and you're going to ask yourself this question. What are the 3 most profitable, most productive things that will get me the closest to my goals that I need to accomplish tomorrow? What are the 3 most profitable, productive things that I need to accomplish tomorrow that will get me closest to my goals? And those 3 things will go on your calendar first. It's going to be the first thing you're going to lock in.
Okay.
And tomorrow, those will be the first 3 things you're going to knock out. And nothing else, you don't allow anything else to get in the way.
Okay.
You got to be like a little ninja, you know, slash those distractions and just stay focused. But this is how you develop good habits. I call them money habits. Because your mind will start thinking in terms of what is productive, what is profitable, what brings in revenue, what brings in clients and dollars, and what's just distractions. Because you can be plenty busy, but busy doesn't mean productive. ¿Está bien?
With that, yeah, I agree.
All
Because sometimes I'm overwhelmed, like, oh my God, I didn't get that done. But yeah,
exactly. This is more than just a to-do list. This is literally you're organizing your day in advance. So today, you own your tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you have to add things like putting out fires, handling transactions, admin time. But it's all going to have its time block.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't jump when a phone rings and then the whole day doesn't get derailed because the property didn't appraise. You have time blocked for that.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And there's also the Parkinson's principle, which means if you don't have time allocated, it's going to fill up the time you have.
Okay.
As opposed to if I have 90 minutes, then it's going to shit gets done in 90 minutes. Yeah? Yeah. This will help you also with the time management. Just ask yourself, what are the 3 most profitable things I got to get done every day, every day, every day? And I can tell you already, it has to do something with lead generation, follow-up, setting up appointments. That's where the money is.
Right.
It is not in posting another blog post or checking dancing cats videos on YouTube. You know? So that's where the money is. But there's plenty of money. Plenty of money, plenty of business.
I agree.
There'll be over 400,000, there'll be 5.3 million transactions closed by the end of the year.
Yeah, I need to be a part of that for sure.
You totally need to be. And you already know how to do that, Taneesha. You already got the skill. You got the knowledge.
I do.
You gotta get your shit together to get it done.
I do.
You know?
This is going to help me. I think time blocking and confidence is going to go a long way for me.
One more benefit you're going to get out of it. You will be able in a few days to go back, review the week, and you can very clearly pinpoint this stuff really works, this is really good, this not so much.
Okay.
So you can adjust and troubleshoot and improve.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because only one of 2 things will happen. Either you're going to suck at planning or you're going to suck at execution.
All right.
Those are the only 2 reasons why it wouldn't work. Either your plan is no good or your plan is fine. It's just you're not very good at keeping yourself focused on what needs to be done. Then you need to troubleshoot why.
Okay.
And you know what usually happens? There'll be surface reasons because of this, and you're going to have these stories. But what's underneath it all is just a set of beliefs. I'm not worthy. I don't deserve it. It's too hard. It's like these little programs that run in the back of your mind. And again, the reason I know that is because you're looking at the guy who was master of this shit. That's how I ended up homeless. You know, I had all these preconceived notions about money and success and wealth and all that. And it's holding me, it was holding me back. It was like this giant anchor. I just couldn't get going.
Yeah.
So just watch for that. Again, normal.
Just one that I can make a mistake if I, go in front of somebody and blunder or just mess something up, just, learn from it. And that's one of the things.
Exactly. I hereby give you permission to completely fuck up because I assure you, I guarantee you, I promise you, you will.
Okay.
You absolutely will. No need to beat yourself up. Everybody does it. I did it a couple of days ago. I'm supposed to send these emails, very important emails. I have it all queued up. For some stupid reason, I mess up, push the wrong button, send it only to half the people. And the other half the people say, where's my link? What's going on, dude? Didn't get anything. Freak out. Massive meltdown. My mistake.
Right.
Totally my mistake. I couldn't blame the technology. Nobody on my staff fucked it up that I could just blame and yell at. Nobody. My mistake. And you would think, dude, after 20 years, you don't know how to send emails? Really? Apparently not. You know? So don't beat yourself up. No need to. You're going to screw up. Trust me. You're going to say the wrong thing. You're going to mess it up. People will not like you. There are all kinds of things that will happen.
Okay.
So when they do, it will just like, oh, this is what he's talking about. Okay, got it. Next. Okay? So because to expect it to be perfect and everybody to be super nice and every deal smooth, impossible. That's never going to happen. Those are very unreasonable, unrealistic expectations, and you push too much pressure. You put too much pressure on yourself. No need to. What you do need to, and the rule you need to live by is do your damn best.
All right.
Just do your damn best. And if you tell me, dude, I know I screwed up with that FSBO, but frankly, that's the best I could do. I mean, I'm new at this. Good enough.
Okay.
I'll take that. Because here's what I know about you. Next time, you're going to do better. Because you're going to know better.
Exactly.
But to get there, it's going to take some progress and some mistakes and some detours. And it's never perfect. Oh, kumbaya, I arrived. Yeah? So give yourself a chance. Give yourself time. Are you married?
I am.
Children?
Yes.
How old?
13 and 15.
Perfect. So you're a 13-year-old. Boy or girl?
Boy.
Boy. What's the name?
Marquise.
Marquise.
Yes.
Marquise. Cool name. I like that.
Thank you.
Dude, Marquise. What's your name? Marquise. Oh, dude, that's a chill name. I like that. So now imagine Marquise. How old was Marquise when he learned to walk?
He was just over, probably about 13 months.
14 months?
13.
13. Okay, so pretty early. Excellent. So now imagine Marquise gets up and goes for a jog around the room at the 13 months. What are the chances of that?
None.
0. Would you be considered slightly psycho if you expected him to get it perfect the first time?
Yeah. I'll be.
You would be like, dude, what's wrong with you? That's not how it works. Right?
Yes.
And yet we set those kind of expectations when we start prospecting, when we start doing this complicated and pretty difficult stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about it. How did it go? He got up, he fell down. Did he say, well, fuck it, I'm not meant for this. It's not going to work.
No.
No, he tried again. And you helped him, and he tried again. And then he started wobbling, and he got it right. He bumped into furniture and fell on his butt a few times. Got up until he got it.
Right.
Can he walk now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he have to think about it? Is it a big deal?
No.
That's how you get there. That's the exact same process. And yet I see so many agents who tried once, twice, 3 times and go, oh, it's not working. I'm not meant for this. This is too hard.
Now, one thing I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing because I
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
That's the spirit, Taneesha. That's really the only way to get there.
Yeah, giving up is not an option for me.
Why would you give up, though? I mean, think about it. Would he give up if he couldn't walk immediately? That's how we learn anything. Playing golf, riding a bike, any type of skill, anything that's required to achieve something, it's going to take some time and some practice, and you're going to suck at it at first. I know I do. There's not a single thing where I touch it once and it's perfect. Nothing. If anything, I am 10 times worse than most people at this thing. It takes me a long time to kind of get it going, and then I suck a little less and then a little less, and but I stay with it until I get it.
Right.
That's how you do it. My wife, Hannah, just started to learn guitar. I play guitar.
Okay.
She's loved it always. I used to play, in the den in the evening. And one day she decided she wants to learn. And because she heard me play, she thought, oh, okay, I'm just going to grab it and start playing. Not quite. didn't go as that. But she also understands it's going to take some time. So she's taking lessons, and every day she practices for 15 minutes, and she's getting better.
Okay.
Same thing here. You're going to practice talking to for sale by owners and expired listings, following up, setting up appointments. Here's the best part. You talk to a FSBO today, and you completely botch it. I mean, it's horrible. You're not getting anywhere. Here's the best part. No matter how much you suck today, there'll be another FSBO tomorrow who will have no idea how this conversation went.
You can do it over.
You can do it all over again, because there'll be more tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after. All you got to do is just get better and better and better and better. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you have the tenacity. You have the persistence. That's what's required. Not giving up too soon. Don't give up on yourself. Don't quit on yourself.
Borino, not a chance.
Good. Then now it's just a matter of practicing it, You have the Expired Plus, so just follow the outlines, follow the dialogue. You need to memorize it. Don't need to memorize scripts because then you'll be like a robot salesperson. Nobody wants that.
I am trying that Red X. I hadn't, I sent in the X, but I hadn't got a confirmation or anything back yet, so I'm waiting on that to come back.
Okay, Red X, good. Espresso Agent, fantastic. Those are all great tools.
Okay. All right.
You're good. What else?
What else do I have? I think those are my main things. I think confidence, time management, and what else did I say?
We talked about the lack of consistency, feeling shy.
Yeah, that's it. I think, once I get those, and that time management is going to be a big one for me. Once I get care of my shyness taken care of, I think I'm...
Well, you know what it is? A lot of people who come, especially from my corporate background or regular job background, are so used to having a manager, having a boss. There was always somebody who would tell you what to do.
Right.
They would tell you, here's your project. We expect it by Friday. All that was taken care of, so you would just execute. Yeah. Suddenly you dive into real estate. Nobody gives a shit. No. Nobody cares. You can be screwing around all day long every day until you go broke and quit. And that's why 80% of the agents quit. It's not because they make too much money, No. But there is nobody who will do this for you. You need to become your own boss, your own manager, and your own coach. Unless you hire a guy like me. Yes. Which is a nice shortcut. Not that I'm such a genius, but I can accelerate all this for you. So you don't struggle for 2 years, you struggle less. We get you there faster. Yeah? Yeah. Good. So what do you think? Time well spent?
Yeah, time well spent, definitely. I will look into some of the other, I think the FSBO thing you have going, and maybe hopefully one of the boot camps one day.
Do the boot camp. We will do another one most likely towards the end of January.
Okay.
We are in the middle of one right now. That one's, they all sell out. We sell out every time we do it. But yeah, you might want to consider coming on board because this way you get all the programs. It's part of the course. We credit you for the programs you already have.
Okay.
So you get a break on price, and I'll help you every week. We're going to build a little bit. First lead generation, then follow up, and then listing presentation.
All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Stay with it. Keep me posted.
I will definitely
keep in touch.
Yeah.
If you have questions, you need help, something's not clear, just reach out, let me know. Or post on Rockstars. That's not a bad place either. Because in addition to me answering the questions, there are a lot of smart people who chime in. That's a good place. Yeah? Anything else?
I think so.
No, we're good?
Yeah.
All right. Great chatting with you. This was a good session. I will send you the audio. Is it okay if we post this, if people watch this? Are you cool with that?
That's fine with me.
All right. No more shy, right?
No more shy.
Excellent. Taneesha, great chatting with you today.
So, thank you, Borino.
Have a good weekend. Take care. Bye.